For me, the project was very fulfilling. We toured it very early on in 2017. In fact, I think I tried to talk Martha and Megan and her group out of buying the project because it was a little rundown and there was, lots of problems and lots of work to be done.
When EF first came across it, David Johnson and I at Gensler, we came and took a look around and tried to give some feedback on the viability of this place as a future boarding school.
So when we design learning spaces, we really do look at kind of the users and the students and how do we maximize the experience. And I think on this project in particular, it was a big challenge. It's not a singular building, we're looking at an entire campus.
So the dorms themselves are kind of an interesting story because we had to accommodate so many students onto this campus, and so it was a really kind of tough design problem. We tried to figure out how to make something sort of more compatible for student life, so came up with this idea of these multiple courtyards. And what really kind of inspired, the shape and profile of the dorms inspired by the local mountains and terrain.
The magnitude of this job, from doing the abatement to doing the demolition to doing the reconstruction, we had every facet of construction on this job.
So a lot of great old school buildings that we got to keep authentic and just do structural upgrades, which was amazing. And then we got to throw in some brand new dorm buildings. So with that and a whole bunch of new infrastructure and hardscape and landscape, this whole project had everything. It had the whole package.
You actually have to be really cognizant of the fact that you're disrupting someone else's life for several years, and of course we had the pandemic, which is disruptive enough, and then you throw a construction project in the middle of it. So it's pretty, it's pretty significant that they were able to build this job and do it in such a way that they kept the community pretty happy.
I live directly across the street from EF, and in the beginning I was very skeptical. There's a huge project going on right across the street from me, and over time my hesitation of what was going to be built has diminished, and at this point I couldn't be happier.
EF had the neighborhood meetings, which I think were just great because they went over everything that they were going to do over there, and we liked it.
They put so much sweat equity into these houses, making them pristine.
During the shutdown, yeah.
Our neighborhood is greatly improved now.
So at the beginning of the project, for one, it was a lot more dirt than you see now today.
This was all dirt, and I had my own motocross track set up here. So I had a berm shot over there. I had straightaways and whoop-de-doos coming up all through the parking lot. This was my town.
When I got here 3 years ago, Bicor just brought me right into their family, and it was such a lovely way to start this project.
Getting to spend communal time with the workers at EF, even before I was hired. It was always, they know how to have fun for one, they know how to get business done, and it was just always an experience that made you feel included. It's kind of amazing. Everybody's very genuine, everybody is very nice. It's kind of scary, but...
Not even like working, I don't know, they're more like friends and just a good vibe.
When I met the EF team in 2018, I knew they would become a valuable part of the Pasadena community.
The entire team has been like family to us, and I feel like we have worked really well together, having worked together in the past.
Almost like working with a relative in a way. They're just great people to work with, work for, easy to get along with.
And really that's the only reason we went to Pasadena. We typically don't travel out of San Diego. We went there just because of EF and our relationship with them.
Well, the team, there was a lot of focus on that job and a lot of camaraderie to break up those longer days.
In the construction business, you really take these projects seriously and personally. It becomes part of you, and those folks lived there, they put their heart and soul into it, and it really shows, and I'm pretty proud of that.
I'm really proud of my team. Just really rose to the occasion. They relocated their lives. EF was super accommodating on housing. The dedication from my project management team, the project engineering team, the superintendents, laborers were just off the charts great.
It was June 2020, we boarded this place up and left. And for 14 months it sat vacant.
We were going great guns with 350, 400 guys on site, and the whole project got shut down for a year and a half.
So when it got shut down, it put a little damper in my overall progress of how I felt I was doing as a construction superintendent. So when I got the call to come back up here, I was ecstatic that I got a second chance to come up here and to finish it. I don't have anything that's left undone. I don't have any questions in my head. I know that I gave it everything I got, and that's what I wanted to do, is not leave a project undone.
My team was able to really stick it out and come together and make it happen.
I think that EF owes Bicor and Gensler a huge thank you for the success of this project. It was unlike any project I've ever been involved in. Again, circling back to the pandemic, we've never had to deal with the challenges that we've dealt with: supply chain issues, manpower issues, cost issues, and everybody really handled that really gracefully, all things considered. I mean, it's unheard of, and it was a successful job in the end.
When we first showed up, all of these buildings were barely habitable. And I think the way they've been transformed, the way light has been introduced, color, all of the furniture, it's a beautiful, magical transformation.
Today it's a jewel that Pasadena and EF can be proud of.
So it's been a whirlwind, it's been a huge amount of work, and it took an insane effort from literally thousands of people. But it's awesome to see it come to a close and get used for its intended use.
It's night and day what it looks like 3 years ago and what it looks like now. So it's just so fulfilling to see all the hard work and everything come to fruition, and having the kids go in the spaces that we've spent so much time on.
I'll always remember seeing the kids in there in the classrooms today, starting to learn, brought tears to my eyes just seeing that, because I know it's something that will affect generations to come.
It's been a huge excitement, a relief, a release. It's a long time coming, and it's so fun to see this campus finally active.
As we look around the campus today, we see it is a part of not just this neighborhood, but the Pasadena community as a whole.